Novo Nordisk is out with results this morning, now lowering its full-year profit and revenue forecast. Meantime, the company, it's getting very interesting in terms of this possible bidding war that we are seeing. As we move that up a little bit, please. That's what this means. Yeah, there you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Joining us now, Novo Nordisk CEO Mike Doustdar. It's good to have you on. Can we talk about how much this is cherished, this company, Metsera, a very small company, no drugs, 100 employees. Is it, I guess, a commentary on how important this weight loss area is to both Pfizer and Novo, Mike?
Thanks very much for having me. Well, I can speak on behalf of Novo Nordisk and say that we've been following Metsera for a long time, and they have some fantastic pipeline of drugs that are very complementary to what we are doing on our own. I'm very proud of our own pipeline, but when I take a look at what Metsera has been able to develop, then I get even more excited if we can acquire the company. We are in a business to treat hundreds of millions of patients with obesity out there. And you can only have as many products as you can get your hands on, built in-house as well as, of course, acquired, to be able to address this unmet need.
You're in such different positions, Mike, from Pfizer, but in similar positions almost. I mean, you were Novo Nordisk was one of the first entrants, in some of the subsequent add-ons, I guess, to this arena. Were somewhat disappointed because your stock was well over, I don't know, was it 150 or so? And you can see what's happened. Pfizer wasn't in this business at all. They were still trying to sell their Lipitor and COVID-19 products. What about Metsera makes you think that whatever they have in development is so crucial for you and Pfizer?
They have a number of assets, as I mentioned, that are complementary to ours. They have a lead asset that is entering phase 3, and as well as, of course, other assets that are both in duration of action, so monthly dosing, as well as, of course, efficacy and safety and tolerability show promising outlook. And we have looked at this data quite extensively and have concluded that they fit very well into our portfolio, together with what we are building on our own to treat hundreds of millions of patients that are suffering from obesity. So once again, it's super exciting for us.
So your previous bid was what, $9 billion? Now it's $10 billion. Do you expect Pfizer, which had a deal already, and they've already got regulatory approval, do you expect this to keep going up in stepwise fashion for Metsera? How high would you go? I guess you don't want to tell me that.
I do not want to tell you that. I think as time will tell. But what I do want to mention to you that we don't start with a price. We try to see how we can address the unmet need. We start with the patients, Joe, and there are millions of those patients out there. And then we try to see how many assets we need to develop in-house, as well as, of course, what's out there that we can take on board. So for a very long-term sustainable future, we are covered addressing the individual needs of people suffering from diabetes and obesity.
Where does we were going to start with your negotiations with the Trump administration to sell some drugs on the Trump RX site. Where does that stand right now in terms of your negotiation?
We have had a constructive dialogue for a long time, I would say. And the good news is we are very much aligned on the purpose, providing affordable access to millions of patients in U.S. is our both aim, I would say. Those dialogues are ongoing. I cannot get into the details of them, but you'll be the first to hear as soon as they become news.
Can you give us an idea what the Holy Grail does look like for 5 years from now? What will this weight loss, I hear it's going to be well over, what, per year, 100 billion? I don't know what are the estimates for how high it could go, and what will it be? Micro dosing with pills or something? Where are we headed, and where would you like Novo Nordisk to play in this?
Very good question. Before I try to give you predictions of the future, let me take you back some 10, 15 years. When we entered this market, we saw what everyone else saw: millions of people suffering from obesity. We saw the patients. You don't need a market research company to tell you that this is a ticking bomb. What Novo perhaps did different than everyone else, we realized that you need to support and help these patients. We needed to basically develop good drugs on top of what they do already, these individuals, with their diet and exercises. As we went into this market, many of our peers were not present, and actually a number of them were laughing at us going into it because it was not a therapy area. This was not an area which pharma was interested at. We went in there, and we were, for a period of time, on our own. And we basically attracted many, many other pharma companies, now, of course, even Pfizer, to join the game. And we're very happy on behalf of the patients that more players are recognizing that obesity is a disease and wanting to help and support the patients. As we go forward, we would like to see our leadership get sustained, and, of course, that so many people that are today are still not able to provide to get access. We provide access to them. So our aim is to expand this market. Take U.S. as an example, 100 million patients that are suffering from obesity, but yet Novo Nordisk and its competitors are providing access, affordable access, to 3-4 million patients. This is not really good enough. What about the other 96 million? I would like the next 5 years, the next 10 years, 15 years, for many more patients to get access.
We'll be watching with interest, Mike. I don't know what happens in Delaware. Pfizer says it had a merger agreement, and Metsera's trying to terminate it. But what's Metsera supposed to do if it's getting a better offer for you? How do you expect that to work out?
The way I look at it, Joe, it's quite simple. This is a free market space where there's a buyer and there's a seller, and there's a price, and of course the buyer, be it us, would like to value the drug and see how much it's worth to us. The seller, of course, would like to create shareholder value for their shareholders. Mm-hmm. There is another buyer here that simply doesn't like the price. And that's what it comes down to. And I would say that we have placed an offer. Metsera has declared that as a superior offer. So we hope that we will be able to fulfill our duties.